And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages, we are mere minutes away from the turn of, in this current calendar, in this current system, the new year of 2020. I probably tomorrow, I got to look at the numbers and see if it's worth actually doing a podcast on New Year's Day. I have a feeling it may be. We may break out my take on the added years. I'm going to try to get some experts on and talk about the added years and the changes in history. And if you didn't hear today, the great podcast excellence that we presented with David Weiss of Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole YouTube channel, you want to make sure that you do check that out and maybe have yourself a double feature. As soon as we're finished here, go right into that show there. And I took a little flack. I get one of them. Rex had somebody on last night that Rex obviously didn't agree with, and now you got people on that you obviously don't disagree with. You do disagree with what's going on. Rah, 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 rah. First, I say, if you don't like that, then don't do it on your channel. Second of all, why would Rex have somebody on that he may or may not completely agree with? Why would I have someone on that I may or may not completely agree with? It's actually called being an it's being an objective investigative reporter, turning over all the rocks, even the ones that you say, that doesn't look like it's anything. So do we agree 100% with everybody that we bring on here? No. To be honest with you, I don't agree 100% with Cynthia, and she doesn't agree 100% with me, which I'm not going to lie, bugs me a little bit, but hey, I'll get used to it, ladies and gentlemen. But today, to teach you to think for yourself, says Tracy Dyer. That's right. Today, we're going to look at some of the potential top 20 or the top Psyops for 2020 and the way to destroy those right here in 2019 before we even get to 2020. Always make that water too damn hot, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to look specifically at disclosure, adrenochrome, and what I'm calling the SINunnaki. Top 20 Psyops, top 2020 Psyops, not the top 20, just top 2020 Psyops. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, and let's get in and let's talk about this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be powerful, and I think that we're going to learn a lot. And if you haven't figured it out by now, if you watch a whole program of mine, you're probably going to get mad at me. But that's okay. I don't care if you're mad at me. I prefer that you be mad at me or that you love me, because that's energy coming my way that I can use. I just don't want you to be, that was okay, because that's indifference and I can't use that. So let's talk about disclosure. Let's talk about adrenochrome, and let's talk about what I'm calling the SINunnaki. And let's talk about them in inverse order, ladies and gentlemen. That means for you Christians, we're going to start at the bottom of the list and go up. So let's first talk about what I'm calling the SINunnaki. And the reason that I'm calling it the SINunnaki will become very clear to you very, very quickly. Now, folks, you know this story. Now, there is some debate as to exactly who did it. And there is some debate as to exactly when they did it. But all our current great, august truther scholars, the great, great learned minds of our genre, those that sit high and look low, those that know, so much more than all of us do, our current truther scholars are convinced, and they're trying very, very hard. They're working very, very hard to convince us that we were genetically modified at the DNA level by godlike overlords who thereby, with that manipulation, destined us to be slaves, destined us to be subservient in perpetuity. And for the Christians in the audience, that means forever and ever and ever and ever. And we are, ladies and gentlemen, as a result, forever scarred and forever lessened by this heinous act. Poor us. Poor us. Isn't it great to be a victim? Poor us. We're wronged beyond our control. We're unable to overcome it because it is us at a DNA. It is us at a cellular level. Poor us. We've been done wrong by some force outside of us. It wasn't our fault, but we've been scarred. We've been marked. We have been forever put in a lesser place because of something that was done to us by somebody else. We're victims, and every victim needs a savior, someone to help, right? You know, I know that I'm going against the Holy Grail of alternative information. I know that I'm going against all the great truther scholars, but I smelled, and I said, I've smelled that before. It smells like bovine scatology, as Tracy Lords, there's a Freudian slip, as Tracy Dyer just put in there. I have smelled that smell before. That smells very familiar to me. Folks, it's time to realize that this whole Anunnaki, SINunnaki is just another bogus story brought to us by some of the more creative minds of the fear and guilt, blood magic control matrix. This idea that we were genetically manipulated by these beings to be in a subservient, slave-like position in perpetuity, because it is what we is. It's just another version. And I did mean to say it that way. It's just another version of the original sin lie from the filthy mouth of another self-proclaimed storybook deity. Just another reason why you can't rise to your full divinity, why you can't rise to your full sovereignty, why you can't rise to your full freedom, why you can't rise to your full divine, sovereign, and free status, because you're a victim, poor you, of what someone or something else outside of you did to you. You're just a victim. You're not to be blamed. Come over here and suck at the teat while I take care of you. We're told all the ancient texts say so. Well, Jeff, the Sumerian says so. Well, Jeff, the Babylonian says so. Well, Jeff, and I could start naming texts, but we don't have to, you know what I'm saying. I'm told all the texts say so. So it has to be true. And I started thinking a second. I said, wait a minute. All the texts say so. All the ancient texts, as Tracy reminds me, that's true. All the ancient texts say so. And then it hit me. Of course they all say so. Of course they all say so. Well, all the texts say so. Of course they do. Because they're all written by entities that want to control me and you. Of course, all the ancient texts say that we're flawed and we're failed. Some of them say it's because somebody else's sin and we get blamed for it. Some of them say, no, it's some gods in a laboratory got drunk, got stoned, messed up. And then when they got it perfected, they decided to make you into a slave. You're nothing more than a digger of gold. No, they're gold diggers and they're trying to convince us. All the ancient texts say so. Of course they do. They're written by entities that want to control me and you. And just because Mother Goose, the Brothers Grimm, and Aesop all agree doesn't necessarily make it so, cousins. It's time to reject the Sumerian, Babylonian, all the other sky fairies just as thoroughly as we reject the biblical sky fairies. and I'll say it again, just because Mother Goose, the Brothers Grimm, and Aesop all agree, I'm not saying they do, it's an analogy, does not necessarily make it so. May 2020 be the fall of the SINunnaki, and make certain, ladies and gentlemen, make no doubt about it, there are people that will fight against this idea. They will rally against this idea. They will tell me, they will say Jeff is a false teacher. He's a false prophet. He's a contrarian. He's a bad guy. He's a mean guy. Because I have the audacity to say, why should I believe a Babylonian fairy tale anymore than I should believe a Roman fairy tale? Why should I believe a Samaritan? Why should I believe a Samaritan, a Sumerian fairy, any more than I believe a Roman Judeo fairy? But we all want to believe it. And if you don't believe it, you're a bad guy. You're not playing on the team. There's something wrong with you. Well, guess what? I ain't buying it no more. It's BS. It's bovine scatology. And we were not created with built-in deficiencies that we can't overcome. That's a lie. We were not genetically manipulated to be predispositioned to slavery. That's a lie. We were not genetically manipulated to be predispositioned to servitude. That's a lie, written by people that want to keep us in servitude and lord it over us. And I don't care how many people hate me. I don't care if how many people don't want to talk to me anymore, don't want to work with me anymore. That's okay. I don't like people that much anyway. You're divine, you're sovereign, and you're free, and you're going to hear the truth from me. If it's meant, it's up to you, cousin. You've got the power to be what you want to be divine, to be sovereign, to be free. And no sky fairy from any storybook, no sky fairy, no matter how long ago and no matter how far, far away, has the ability to keep a brother, keep a sister, keep a cousin down. And some of you, I can see it in the chat room, don't like it. That's okay. And I know some of you don't like it either when I talk about Mystech. Oh, here goes Jeff again with his magic bracelets. Even though I put out videos of actual blood tests showing that the things work, even though I keep getting sexier and younger every day, Mystech bracelets, ladies and gentlemen, keep you at the original Schumann resonance of the planet. Keep your cells in harmony and not chaos. And for the rest of today and the rest of today alone, 30% off. Hello to Anne-Marie Paul. 30% off on the Mystech bracelets. JeffreyDaugherty.com. Click on the Mystech logo. Click on the Mystech tab. And you got to do it right if you want the 30% off. I need your color. I need your size. I need what you want. I need your address. And I need some money. You got to pay for it before I send it to you. That's the way it is. So there's the Anunnaki. There's the SINunnaki, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie Paul doing great work for you ladies, and doing great work for ladies means you're doing great work for gentlemen as well. And I know it's out of order, but since Anne-Marie just popped in, Anne-Marie is an expert on how ladies can take control of their vaginas and bring themselves back to full ladyhood. And you know what, men, if you got a lady that's in touch with her vagina, you got a lady that's in touch with her full femininity, it is so good for you. And we're living in a world where masculine virility is being attacked. We're in a world where masculine virility is being assaulted, where men it's conspiring against us, where we can't get and maintain healthy and powerful erections. And it's an attack on who we are. It's like the SINunnaki. They're after our penises. I know it's funny, but they really are. That's why I've aligned with the Rocket. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Rocket logo, and there you will find a product that you can apply externally. It's an electromagnetic device, and it will break up the plaque that's built up in your penis from all the crap that you've been eating and they've been dumping on you. It will stimulate the growth of new capillaries, and you will be able to get and maintain amazingly powerful erections. It'll make you feel like a man again. It'll help your woman feel like a woman again. And if you got your vagina in order, and if you got your yoni in order, and if you got the Rocket in order, it's time for blast off, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. The Rocket, jeffreydaugherty.com. Click on the Rocket logo. So let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, from the SINunnaki. And yes, this is a show for adults and people that are capable of adult topics. And man, we want to move into sexual magic. Let's face it, you can't do no sexual magic with a busted up wand. You got to get that wand in shape, brother. All right. Adrenochrome. Adrenochrome. Boy, here we go. I can feel the hate already coming in. Adrenochrome, ladies and gentlemen. Do you really believe that we've discovered a secret? I know we like to pat ourselves on the back. I know we like to think that I was going to say Mannix. How many of you even remember who Mannix was? Rockford. How many of you remember who Rockford? Starsky and Hutch. How many remember Starsky and Hutch? Or, a detective. Do we really think that something that the powers that be, the ones that rule this world currently, do we really think that something they want to keep hidden has become mainstream on every alternative media outlet? Do we really think that this discovery of adrenochrome and what it is and what it does, do we really think that we've discovered something because of our intrepidity? Folks, I hate to say it to you. I hate to tell you. I really don't, but I don't like hurting feelings. But what we're seeing is controlled disinformation. Controlled disinformation. Kimmy Moss, great to see you. Dr. Mike Moss, great buddy of mine. We got to bring him on here to talk about the great work of chiropractic health. If you're in the Central Florida area, he's over in Spring Hill. I know it's a long way, but it's the best chiropractic care in the entire state of Florida. Dr. Mike Moss, the Moss Chiropractic Clinic, and it's run like a well-oiled machine by Kimmy Moss. Trust me, this is the only woman I've ever seen can drive a 50-foot RV, paint her nails, take pictures, text, and FaceTime while keeping it between the lines, rolling down the road. I've seen it happen, ladies and gentlemen. What we're seeing is controlled disinformation on adrenochrome. Adrenochrome is real. Don't misunderstand me. Adrenochrome is horrific. Don't misunderstand me. But it's revelation. Oh, we've discovered adrenochrome. All of this, it's a pseudo-enlightenment designed to control opposition, which is you and me, and to protect a bigger lie. To protect a bigger lie. But Jeff, it's adrenochrome. It's horrible. We've discovered it. We're telling everybody about it. It's controlled opposition. They meant for us to discover it because there's a bigger danger. There's a bigger lie that it's designed to keep us from. Because remember, most people don't even search. And the people that do search only at a surface level, and then they stop. The bigger danger is the harvesting of spiritual adrenochrome. The bigger danger is the harvesting of energetic adrenochrome. And this disinformation about adrenochrome is meant to conceal and continue the spiritual adrenochrome harvest at all cost, even if that cost is the lost secrecy of adrenochrome. Let me try to explain it to you this way. I have a good friend named Dr. Andy Toltec. He's an actual MD doctor and a very, very powerful shaman. I mean, shaman go to him when they have problems. And he says that, yes, there is physical adrenochrome harvesting. Yes, there is physical child abuse. Yes, there is physical child rape. And some of you won't agree with this, and some of you think I'm trying to downplay things, but that's just because you don't understand. And I know not all of you will be able to understand. And the time is so far spent. We got so much work to do that I can't really dumb down the information so that everybody will get it anymore. I've got to talk up here, and the people that are up here are going to get it, and the people that are down here are going to go somewhere else. And I have had to make a professional decision. I could dumb it down so that everybody can get it, but I just don't think there's enough time. We're going to be up here informationally. We're going to be up here spiritually. We're going to be up here revelationally. If you're down here, you're probably not going to get it. You're probably not going to like it, and you're probably going to leave, and that's okay. But this is top shelf stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And as horrific as physical adrenochrome extraction, physical child abuse, physical child sacrifice is, that's not the big game. The big game is the energetic, the spiritual harvesting of adrenochrome, the spiritual energetic torture, the spiritual energetic raping. Because think about it. If you're physically inflicting that kind of pain and torture on people, how long can you do it? Not long. Why do you think there was a temple at Epstein's Island? Listen to me. People break down. People get desensitized. But when you can reach in and touch and contact and afflict the energetic essence, the spiritual essence of someone, you can do that for much longer, and you can get much more powerful and much more satiating results. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around, but it's true. They're letting physical adrenochrome out to protect the bigger, deeper, darker secret. And as bad as adrenochrome is, spiritual, energetic adrenochrome is even worse. So it is time, ladies and gentlemen, in 2020 to identify, to reject, and to resist any and all ties to any and all blood or sacrifice-based theology. Anything to do with saviors, crosses, salvation, atonement, accepting into your heart, giving your soul, covering yourself with blood, pleading the blood, you've got to move away from it or it will destroy you, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about Mystech. We talk about Fluffy, the focused life force energy that will actually beam a high Dawkins scale enlightenment zone to where you are. You can get 15 days free on your cell phone, 15 days free on your at your house. And right now on the Fluffy website, go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Fluffy FLFE logo. There's a free guided meditation on there that is powerful. It's a Christmas gift, a New Year's gift, a holiday gift for those of us from Fluffy. And you may think it doesn't work. You may think it's bogus. Why wouldn't you try it? It makes a huge difference in my life, focused life force energy. And Nancy, it'll help you raise your vibration. I don't know what's going on in that conversation, but I just caught that. So we've talked about the SINunnaki. We've talked about adrenochrome. Let's talk about disclosure. Oh boy. Here we go. Disclosure now. We're going to talk about disclosure. We're going to actually talk about the holy grail of the alternative truth movement. And that's where I ran out of time to cancel. Close. Don't save. Okay. That's where I ran out of time when I was transport. I write it on paper, then put it on the screen so I don't have to look down at paper while I'm talking to you. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to look down at some paper because I didn't have time to finish transcribing it, ladies and gentlemen. But disclosure. And I'm talking about UFO, ET type disclosure. Everybody wants it. And everybody wants it so badly. You listen to Coast to Coast, you listen to Gaia, you listen to just about any program in our genre, and everybody wants disclosure. They're begging for disclosure. They want it so badly. The only thing I've ever seen as an analogy is the people how the Christians want the rapture. And that is what made me think, let me think about this a little bit. I've never seen anything like the truthers, the new agers, the alternative informationers, hunger, thirst, desire for the rapture or for the disclosure. The only thing I've seen like that is the hunger among the Christians for the rapture. Rusty Shackelford, I think it's borderline troll, asking, does the Mystech keep away vampires? Well, we do have a 432 pendant, 432 hertz pendant that was sort of my idea. Halo and I came up with it together. And yes, it will keep away unbalanced entities. Why is everybody so desirous of disclosure? Well, what are the reasons that are given? Well, when we get disclosure, we're going to get free energy. When we get disclosure, we're going to get all this great ET technology, and it's going to make our lives better, and we're going to live longer, and we're going to be prettier, and we're going to be healthier. And when disclosure comes, all of our problems are going to be over. Free energy, advanced healthcare, great new technologies. Christians desiring the rapture, folks in our genre desiring disclosure. And I realize that sounds an awful lot like saviors to me. Tracy Dyer, she beat me again to it. Sounds a lot like saviors to me. It sounds a lot like we are dependent upon something beyond us to save us, or something beyond us to at least take us to our greatest and our best, take us to our highest heights. It's telling us we can't get to our highest heights by ourselves. We can't get to our best by ourselves. We can't get to our goodest good by ourselves. We can't be all we can be without an army of ETs coming and giving us disclosure. Makes us want to look out there instead of looking here. It's the same lie in a sexier package. And the unsubscribing commences. Folks, disclosure is a psyop. Disclosure is a distraction. Adrenochrome is a psyop. Adrenochrome is a distraction. The Anunnaki are a psyop. The Anunnaki are a distraction. The ancient texts are just as much of a distraction as the not so ancient texts. as the modern text. If we don't stop these psyops now, they will go stronger, they will grow more powerful, and they will become more prevalent in 2020. And the best time to stop the great psyops of 2020 is in 2019. Ooh, Tracy Dyer. She's thinking that space is actually referring to the astral. Ooh, that lines up a lot with what Jenny Moonstone has been talking about lately too, Jenny Constantine. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. The top psyops of 2020, disclosure, adrenochrome, and the SINunnaki. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. And now you know. Let's look and see what we've got going on in the chat room. Let's see if we got some great questions. Things are getting so jammed up in the chat room. And folks, over 3 million views this year. That's craziness. It took me from 2012 till 2018, which of course I wasn't working it hard that whole time, but it took me that long to get to a little over 3 million, about 3.5 million views. And in this year alone, we got to 3.5 million views, over 7 million views on this channel since it started. We are blowing up, ladies and gentlemen. Would we like to see more subscribers? Yes. Are our subscriber numbers being held down? Yes. But the more important thing is the number of people viewing videos and getting information. Remember, I'm the mailman. The more letters I get to deliver, the better. The more checks I get to deliver, the better. The more bills I get to deliver, the better. And we are in the delivering business, cousins. And right now, that business is a booming. And we're just getting started. So stay tuned, get in, sit down, hold on, because here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cousins of all ages. So let's get back in here and so the point was that I may not be able to mention every single comment anymore as it grows. I'm still going to try to go through the comments. I'm still going to try to go through the chat and pull out ones that are especially relevant and that are especially poignant. So don't think I'm picking on you. I'm just doing what we got to do to keep this running in an orderly fashion. Hermoso House, I got your email. I haven't read it. Sorry. Been super busy. The SINunnaki story sounds like another disempowering psychological operation on an already religiously deceived population. Those who control the world know the fairy tale formula to rule us with. That's brilliant. That's so brilliant. It sounds like I wrote it. Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is solid gold. Thank you, Hermoso, for sharing that. Very, very, very powerful information. I agree 100% with you. Let's see. What else we got here? That was a pretty good joke. That's a pretty good joke. Let's see. Whenever such a story as ancient aliens who created us is plastered all over cable TV, you know that it's a formal psychological operation on an institutional program masses. That's Hermoso again. Think about that, folks. Ancient aliens. We're all celebrating that Ancient Aliens is on TV. That's so great. But why is Ancient Aliens on TV? It's telling us we were made to be diggers of tin or gold, and maybe it's not so exciting anymore, but we can still use it as a launching point to other places. But it's time for us to start realizing what is really, really going on, ladies and gentlemen. Anne Marie Paul said, Jeff, we know your stuff works. That's very nice of her. Lucky says, Mistext really effective. It is. Let's see. We're all winners, says Joe. Absolutely 100% right. Oh, Anne Marie Paul says, my hair is totally turning brown. Yep, that's the C60 that we didn't talk about, but why not now? It came up at this time. I'm affiliated with a great company called C60 Purple Power. It's C60, one of the only 3 people in the country. Well, Jeff, I can get it cheaper. Yeah, that's because you're getting it shittier too. It doesn't work, what you're buying. It's inert. There's 3 people that make real C60 in the world, and this is one of the people that make it, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been taking it for over 2 months. The hair is turning brown, but who really cares, right? It's hair. As long as if it turns colors, I don't care. I would prefer it doesn't turn loose. So that's great. But I don't have to read, like, you remember I used to have to switch from these glasses to those glasses, and I don't need reading glasses anymore. My body is dropping stuff. I'm dropping weight. C60 is an amazing product, and I'm getting more tuned in spiritually, mentally, physically. It is an incredible libido enhancer as well. Not that I need that, but it's always, hey, there's never too much of a good thing in that area. So yes. And as Anne Marie Paul says, ladies, there's magic in your vagina. And brothers, there can be magic in that he-gina too, if you know how to do your do. So it's a sneaky, disempowering message in the Sermon on the Mount. Hermoso, I'm starting to get a bromance, a romantic crush on Hermoso. I really am. Let's see. What else we got going on here? And of course, I told you could stay in here because you weren't going to move. What do? You move. You ruined my whole show. That's Merlin, one of the new cosmic canines, decided he wanted to make an appearance. A big, black, sweet old dog. So anyway, killing the babies. It's been around for a while. I can float in a pool like a piece of plastic. Thanks, Amanda, for sharing. No, he's fine. Let's see what else we got going on here. Just trying to look through and see what is spiritual can be done over and over and over. That's a very important point. The adrenochrome is bad. It's horrific. I get it, but that's not the big thing. The big thing is the spiritual over and over and over. It's not one and done, like Dyer showed us there again. She says, think of the secret space program. It's not what you see. It's the things that you don't see. Is the space equivalent to the astral realm? That might be a revelation. We try to get Dyer to come on the show, but she's not ready yet, and that's okay. Jeff, if you really want to go next level, of course, I don't really want to go next level. I'm content to just be on this level. Debate apologists, YouTube guys that defend Christianity in roundabout, obscure ways. Runaway Train, I love you. I'm glad you're here. And I don't know if you've watched my 2,500 videos, but I think that's exactly what I'm doing. But that's okay. And we are doing all we can. It'd be nice if they debate, but they won't. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's see what else we got. Jeff, you're a force they can't ignore forever. We are a force that they cannot ignore forever. Tracy Dyer putting out something that's been on the tip of my tongue, but I just haven't said it because you know me. I hate to say things that offend people. I hate to say anything that would upset anyone. I just try to keep, I don't want to rock the boat. I want to be nice. I want to be kind. I don't want to upset anyone. That's not what I'm here for. The alien UFO stuff is just a government psyop to gain control based on fear. There's nothing to disclose. You may be 100% right. Thank you, Joe Mansfield. I appreciate it so much. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Another savior. Absolutely. Externalizing, absolutely. Tracy and Cynthia are like, I hope they get on the first ship. I want all these crazy, nutty people to go, and then we can just get it on, get on without any distractions down here. That's so funny. Hermoso again says all the gods and aliens that have been presented to humanity all want to exploit us. All of them. You mean Jesus? What? Yes. You mean the Father? Yes. You mean Mother Mary? Yes. They all want to exploit you. Every single one of them We do need to reject every single one of them. They're here to get your power. Why do you think they want you to worship them? What do they get from you worshiping? Oh, I worship you. They're getting your energy. They're sucking you dry. And when you worship them, you establish a connection. And it's two-way, cousin. And you don't even have to be worshiping them. And they can suck you dry, not in a good way. And the people that want you to worship gods, no. The people that want you to pray for them, no. These people, oh, please pray for us. Please, we love you very much. Please pray for us. So we can establish a two-way connection. And then that way we can go into your soul and suck you dry and you won't even know it. We love you very much. You taste delicious. Finger licking good. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, that's the way it is. That is the way it is. Soul-sucking vampires. And we've come to the end, ladies and gentlemen, of the chat room. I appreciate you all so, so much. I respect you all very, very much. And we've learned some valuable lessons here in 2019. It's been a great ride, but we are just getting started, folks. Disclosure, adrenochrome, Anunnaki, SINunnaki, top 2020 Psyops. Let's stop them here in 2019. I do want to mention, ladies and gentlemen, that we did the rocket, we did Fluffy, we did Mistech. Of course, you know about the Hero soap, Let Freedom Clean. That's at jeffreydaugherty.com. Who am I forgetting? The rocket. Well, we try to mention these sponsors because we do have to pay the bills. Are you appropriately dressed? Oh boy. Okay. Cynthia in her nightgown is going to come in and say, Happy New Year to everyone. Yes, you are. Ladies and gentlemen, Cynthia says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay. Cynthia says Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. And we appreciate you all so very, very much. We are the last generation of real humans. We are here to kick ass and take names. We were here to chew gum, but we ran out of gum a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen. You are divine. You are sovereign. You are free. You're not filled with original sin. You've got the spark of divinity within. Don't forget it. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. We can do this. We're winners. There's over 40,000 of us. We can change this thing. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing. And never, ever forget how powerful you are. Never, ever forget that you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. Never, ever forget that your destiny is life and life more abundant. Your destiny is peace that passes all understanding. Ash, Christine, thank you so very much. Things are not bad. They're not getting worse. Things are good and they're getting better. And we are in the getting better business, cousins. And right now, that business is a booming, and we're here to make sure it does. It's my honor and privilege to have been with you for another year. It's my honor and privilege to be your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower. I'm looking forward to another year of being your mailman. I'm looking forward to another year of maybe inspiring you and every now and then giving you a little namaste nudge, or maybe a namaste punch, or a namaste headlock, maybe namaste elbow slam, to provoke you to be all that you're meant to be Watch Nacho Libre sometime. You'll get all of these silly jokes. For Cynthia, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. Rooney, the new cosmic kitten, Barkley, and Merlin, the new cosmic canines. Send Barkley in here. Is Barkley in the house? Send Barkley in here. We'll say hi to the new cosmic canine before we go. Merlin, come here. Merlin. They'll probably both come over here. Come here, Barkley. Come here. Oh my gosh, she's being shy for the first time in her life. Come here, Barkley. Come here. Over here, dummy. Over here. Come here. This is Barkley, the new cosmic, one of the new cosmic K-lines. Come here, girl. Yeah, she's a sweet girl. Come here, Merlin. Here's Merlin. He's the other new cosmic K-line. And you've all met Rooney, the new cosmic kitten. For obvious reasons, we're not going to bring him in here right now. But you've met all my bitches. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. Happy New Year. And we'll see you again next year. Things aren't bad and getting worse. They're good and getting better.